Hi everyone, how are you? Let's see here. Hello Sarah, hello Matthew, hello Ronnie Lynn, hello Julianne, welcome. Can you see and hear me well? Let me know if you can see and hear me. Oh my goodness, holy holy moly, holy moly. You are not cooking pumpkin soup. No, you are not cooking pumpkin soup. No, you're not. Go down there and play. Where's the other monster? Get it out of the way right now. If you want to come up, get it out of the way right now. All right, then go play with your sister. Voice. Hello, how is everybody? You can see and hear me well? I know. Listen, you guys. Thank you, Ronnie, for letting me know. Uh, uh we don't have anything to do with this top fans or these little crowns or whatever. It's some kind of YouTube. Um, Yay! Yes, I see that. Your McDonald's crowns. Hey, Running in, that the McDonald's crowns and the Burger King crowns were a big deal back in the day. We don't have anything to do with it. We find it just as annoying. It's obviously some kind of YouTube marketing thing that has nothing to do with us. And so, let's get this party started. I'm excited to see this pumpkin soup. Are you guys? I'm a big soup girl. So I like to make big batches of soup in my crock pot. Well, hello, Mary Lou. Welcome. And thank you everybody for letting me know. Let me do a little housekeeping. If you are watching this as a video replay, fantastic. Please like and comment and subscribe to the channel. But also understand that this originally aired as a live stream with interactive chat. So you will hear us interacting with the chat that you probably can't see. All right, let's welcome Lynne. It's early in the morning for her. And she's cracking me up because she has put, well, spoiler alert, she's put her name down as Chef Lynne. Well, welcome.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Did you like that, Chef Lynne? You want Chef Lynne, don't you, in your virtual kitchen?
I think that is so perfecto. Well, good evening, Michaela. How are you? I was going to say good morning because for Lynne it's very early in the morning. I think
And
Richard's
spoiler
probably.
alert as well, I can't see the chat, which is
Oh,
so you're going to have to read everything out for me, Annette, because I can't see it. I don't know what's going on, but I can't see the chat. Or
oh my God.
I
Oh,
can
I'm
touch the
going to
screen
be.
and change to chat, but I can't see the chat. So yeah,
How strange.
yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, I will be your service guide, and I will help guide you through uh, the chat. I have been an emotional support guide, and now I will be an interpretive support guide. So not to worry. So talk about what we're doing. I'm so excited. You know I love soups. I have my famous turkey noodle soup, and I gave you and Richard that when you were here. We had that for lunch one day. Remember?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, we actually really like the creamy soups, and this is one of
Hi,
my
Lori.
favorite.
Welcome.
Who was that?
That's Lori. Lori just joined.
Hi, Laurie. How you going? Yeah, as I was just explaining to everyone else, I can't see the chat, so and it's going to help me through that. Um, I love the creamy soups. I love the ones that are blended, and so this is one of my favorites, and it gets rolled out all the time through winter for us. Um, I don't normally make soup at 7 o'clock in the morning, so so if anything seems a bit weird, that's probably why. But and Richard's going to be having this for breakfast. Well, he's going to have a taste at least. So we'll get him up in about half an hour to come out and taste what we've produced today. So what we're making is what we call pumpkin soup.
Hi,
Pumpkin.
Tariq. Tariq, people are joining. Lynn, Tariq has just joined Lori, and I think you already heard Sarah here, and Mary Lou, and Ronnie, Lynn, and Matthew, and
Welcome everybody. Welcome.
and the whole gang. The band is back together.
The gang's all here.
That's right.
How does that song go? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Something like that. Okay, so we are making pumpkin soup, and my version of pumpkin soup involves, first of all, something that you probably in America don't call pumpkin, and that is this beastie here, and I believe you call that butternut squash. We call that butternut pumpkin. I've got half of one, and I'm going to chop that up while we're cooking other things. And another thing I wasn't sure if you were familiar with, I left it unchopped because I wanted to ask Annette if you're familiar with these guys that we call kumara, or orange sweet potato. So basically everything in this is to give it that beautiful orange colour. I've already chopped up some carrot and a potato. So that's what's going in today. And we start off with leek. So I'm going to cook off some leek in ghee. Another thing you may not be familiar with, but it's basically clarified butter, which means that the milk solids have been taken out. But you can buy this in the shop, or you can make it yourself. And it's used a lot in Indian cooking. It's got a lovely flavour, particularly for the style that we're doing today. And
I don't think we have clarified butter in the States.
Don't you? Okay.
I don't know. I've never tried to buy it. I don't think I've ever had a recipe that calls for it.
Well, have a look on Amazon for ghee.
I will.
It's used a lot in Indian cooking, GHEE. Tariq probably can tell you more about that. But it really does. And do you know what? It's for sauteing things like zucchini and mushrooms. It's got a gorgeous flavour, and it cooks at a higher temperature than butter. So anything
you've said that before, but you know, thank you for mentioning Amazon, because Amazon does have a lovely. Oh, and Tariq says you can find ghee in Asian groceries. I have tons of Asian groceries by me. But Amazon has a really lovely selection of international foods. So that
I'm going to turn things on while we're talking. So I'm just turning the stove on so we can get started.
Yeah, we want to see.
Otherwise, we'll be here all day.
No.
And the other thing I just want
No, I've been binging the royal stuff. So I know I have to get back to binging stuff about Queen Elizabeth.
Okay. And the other thing I'm going to be adding to this, which is a little unusual, that doesn't get added a lot to pumpkin soup, and it just gives it a really nice warmth, is this red curry paste. It's a Thai red curry paste. It's not a hot curry paste. It just gives it that really sort of warm, a touch of spice to it.
Now that we do have in the States, because I bought some of that when we did the pho stream. Remember, Lynn?
Yeah, I do. Now I'm turning my camera, and I'm on a tripod, and I'm going to try and turn down to. Can you see the cooking pot?
Can see it. Can everybody else see it?
Okay, if you can see it, everybody else should be able to. So I've turned it on, just on medium. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ghee to the pot. Let that melt down. You can see the consistency of it. It's just like soft butter, and that will vary depending on the temperature. So we store it in our cupboard. If it's a really hot day, it will melt and will go to almost a liquid, a bit like coconut oil. So that's going in. I might just turn it up initially. I noticed that my stove is a little bit slow. And then on top of that, I've got in with my sliced leek, I've got a little bit of garlic. I didn't put garlic in the list of ingredients in the description, but you can, or you can leave it out. It's totally up to you. And always, if I'm expecting maple, which we haven't seen for a long time, but if we're expecting maple on a stream, we've got to have the garlic. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. Listen, I was tempted to put garlic in my angel food cake just in case Maple Chan popped in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tariq says that he loves soup, and pumpkin's one of his favorites.
It's absolutely, it's just it's a really warming soup. It warms you up from the inside. It's really, and it's got that sort of light sweetness to it as well. Can we keep?
Yeah, Ronnie Lynn says she agrees.
So while that's sauteing, I'm going to turn the camera a little bit again while I peel and chop the rest of these vegetables, because that's going to just slowly saute for a bit. So you tell me. I've got my hand over the chopping board.
You can see it. Yeah.
You can see that there? Because
Yeah.
I can't see. You're like a little tiny little postage stamp, but I can't really see what you're looking at.
Well, honey, sometimes for some people, that's about all of me they can take. So you're doing well.
Okay, so we're going to peel and chop the kumara or orange sweet potato, and then we'll add that to our bowl of vegetables. You might be able to hear the sizzling starting in the pan, which is a good sign.
Hey, Lynn, Tariq says that in his, he adds nutmeg at the end, and he also roasts the pumpkin beforehand.
Oh, yum. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely another thing that you can do, is to roast your vegetables beforehand, and it gives it a really lovely smoky flavour. This is going to be a little bit different because we've got, I haven't got it out yet. I'll have to get the coconut milk out. I'm going to add a little bit of coconut milk at the end. So after we blend it, with a traditional pumpkin soup, I always used to add a little bit of milk. But with this version, because it's got that sort of Asian feel to it with the red curry paste, I add coconut milk, and it just gives it that really nice, coconutty flavour.
Ooh, I can hear the sizzling. I bet it smells fabulous.
We'll give that a stir in a second. I'm just going to put these vegetables in here, and then we'll do the pumpkin.
And Lynn, you said that you've added the recipe in the comments?
No, in the description. Didn't you notice? I added it in the YouTube description.
Oh, perfect. So I hope everybody heard that. The recipe is in the description. I'm going to try it this year.
The ingredients list is in the YouTube description, and then you have to watch the video to see how it's made.
Oh, I see. Clever. Clever.
Okay, so now, there we go. Butternut squash.
Yep.
And I'm only going to use half of it, so that's basically a quarter of a butternut squash.
I wonder if you could plant...
That's the noise I'm talking about, Annette, the banging down.
Oh, God, she's always after me. It says I bang, 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 bang when I cook. I wonder if you could plant those seeds that you scoop out of the squash.
Oh, yeah. The seeds. Yeah, you can either plant them or you can actually roast them.
Yum.
So you can roast these and grind them, and they could be an extra topping as well.
Oh.
So that's another thing you can do with that. So yes, it's not totally a pumpkin soup. It's a mixture of vegetables, but we do like to call it a pumpkin soup. Can you still see what I'm doing?
Can still see. Matthew would like to know, do you leave the skin on?
No, I'm not. But if you can, if you're roasting it, but I don't. I mean, I've never tried that. I know the skin's edible, but and I've peeled everything else.
Tariq, when you do yours and you roast the pumpkin or the squash first, do you leave the skin on? We'll wait and see what Tariq says, since he's done this as well. But you peel your skin off first, huh?
I do. I peel the skin off, and I'm not bothering with a peeler because it just takes too long. So so there we go. There's the pumpkin. Okay, this smells really good.
Ooh, I wish I could smell it.
Just starting to caramelize a little. We don't want that to go too far. But at this point, I'm going to turn the temperature down and add the red curry paste. So we'll put... I've put about a quarter of a cup in the description, and I think that's fair. So there's no exact in this.
Tariq says that he leaves the skin on. Of course, he roasts his first because it's going to be blended.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's interesting. Thanks, Tariq. I might give that a go next time. But I'm finishing off the jar here because there's not that much left. And then we'll stir that in. And at this point, this is where you're almost, this is going to bring the diners out because of the smell. The smell is just, so
That's gonna
good.
bring that's gonna wake Richard up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So can you still see into the pot there?
Yeah. Can still see.
So that's just looking lovely. Well, what we'll do now is add the vegetables, and we just want to coat them with everything. Putting the bowl down gently, Annette. Did you see?
I'm never gonna hear the end of how much noise I make in the kitchen, according to Lynn.
I'm
The,
trying
the,
I'm trying to coach her into being a little bit more deliberate in the way that she puts things down.
and for me, the means justify the end. Like,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, don't worry about the noise. It's gonna be delicious, you know. Um, yeah, Lynn, I think I'm a little bit surprised at how um chunky the vegetables are. Are those gonna cook soften fairly quickly?
It takes about 15 minutes. I've just added,
Wow.
we're just adding enough stock to cover. Okay.
Okay.
And I made up enough stock powder to make a litre. So I'm just topping up with the water to make up to the full litre.
Okay.
And then if we still need a little bit more to cover it, we can do that as well. So I think that's just about pretty good.
And when you
Okay.
blend it, do you use like a mixer, like my KitchenAid mixer, or do you use a handheld beater, or do you use one of those cute little new, well, it's probably not new, although it's new to me because I don't have it. The one handheld little mixer that you can put in the pot.
Yeah, no, I'm using the stick blender that's going to go in. Okay.
Yeah, that's I think what I'm talking about, like the stick blender. I want one.
It's great. Let me take you over because it's plugged in. The
Yeah, I
PowerPoints
want one.
the PowerPoints in this place are really not in great locations. So I have to take stuff over to the PowerPoint. So let me just take you over there. I'll show you the stick blender.
This is a cooking and a traveling tour. We're
Oh,
moving.
well, it is. We might even go for a walk outside because we've got 20 minutes to kill now.
What? Fantastic. Let's go.
So
Let's
that's my stick blender. Can you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want one. I want one.
Yeah. And it's let me see. Is it plugged in? Why isn't it working? I'm gonna have to figure that out, aren't I? Before we
Oh
blend.
no, Matthew says that he has one, but he sliced his finger once.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to figure out why that's not turning on in a sec.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What should we do? Should we go for a little walk? Because that's going to take 20 minutes to cook the
Sure. You
vegetables.
guys want to go for a walk?
Let me adjust the. There we go.
Lynn, how long ago did you get your stick blender? Lynn's been trying to convince me that I need to start a wish list or something on Buy Me a Coffee, and that might be the first thing I put on there because I want one.
Well, I got it from Aldi because the special buys. Do you
Yeah.
ever shop at Aldi and they have the
We don't
centre
have
buy?
Aldi here.
So down the centre of our Aldi, we have the weekly specials, the special buys,
Oh.
and it was in there. So that I got mine at Aldi, but it's also got one of those. It's got an actual blender bowl attachment, so you can move, detach that wand part and attach it to a blender bit. So
I have Aldi envy because I heard Aldi is amazing. And Ronnie Lynn, do we
I
have?
love Aldi. I love Aldi.
Yeah, I don't think Ronnie Lynn. There's no Aldi on the East Coast either, right? Or do I have to fly to New York for the experience? Because I
I'm
have
gonna
Aldi envy.
try
And
turning.
Sarah Painter says, "Let's go for a walk."
I'm trying to turn the camera around. Oh, here we go. There. Is that right? No, that's not right.
No.
Why can't I turn the camera around? Oh, here we go. I really dislike this. There.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. So we are in my kitchen, and here we go with the soup's on the boil. There. I've got a little bit of a mess to tidy up, but not too much. And this is the Oh, it's quite warm in here now. I might turn the heater off.
Lynn, the house is looking really good.
Turn the heater off. There we go. Done.
House is
This is
looking great.
this is looking out onto the next door neighbour's yard. So look through there.
Pretty. Oh, Lynn, how's the fence coming that you're painting? Can we go see it?
Well, that's where I was going to take you next. So I just need to take my slippers off and put scuffs on for outside.
Yay!
And we'll go out there. Sorry.
Yay.
I can't stand on one foot because of the way my ankle is. So bear with me while I get my feet sorted so that we can go outside. Okay.
We're going to bear with you because this is an impromptu walk and it's a treat.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're happy.
So, okay, let's go outside.
Yeah.
Get these on. Put these on. There we go. It's we overlook a busy main road here, guys, so that's why it's noisy. And you can see the fence there. See it?
Yeah.
So I did a little bit more yesterday.
Yeah. That's actually quite a bit from the last time we saw it. In one of the
Sorry
little
about the noisy truck.
It's a Monday. It's a Monday morning for you.
There.
Oh, look at it. Oh, wow.
So when you get up close, you can see there, that sort of effect there.
Wow.
That's where I'm up to. So I tried to make it look like a reflection. That's supposed to be the reflection of that.
That's exactly what it looks like. Then it's beautiful.
And then we're doing kind of sky up the top, different change of tone. And then I'm going to start working on the verticals of the trees that'll be in the foreground. So that's what that looks like.
It's amazing. What do you guys think of that? Isn't it gorgeous? And that's exactly what it looks like, is a reflection. It's beautiful.
And then over here, we're going to get rid of the grass. So I've started we laid down cardboard here, and that's, this is really disconcerting because I'm seeing this image in reverse. I'm seeing what should be on the right on my left, and it's really weird.
Then did you say you're going to get rid of the grass?
Going to get rid of the grass and turn this into, I want to put, I want to do raised garden beds and put veggie gardens and stuff in. Yeah. So this is the start of getting rid of the grass. Who wants to be mowing? I mean, grass is just, it's wasted area.
Well, I think as the older we get, the kind of less that we want to do those kind of things.
So I've got an orchid here. There's a little Hoya hiding underneath there. There's some bromeliads. A Hoya. Do you know a Hoya?
No.
It's this one here, and it gets a really pretty flower in kind of like a bunch. A bunch of small flowers make up a bigger flower. The bromeliads are finished.
Wonderful. I love a bromeliad.
That's a bromeliad there. It's finished flowering. Sorry, it's really noisy. Actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna need a I'm gonna try not to kill myself out here. I'm gonna need some spring onions for the topping as well. So I'll grab.
Yum.
I'll just grind that one from the bottom, from the roots. The roots that you chop off.
Yep.
The spring onion, I just chuck that in, and
I have some that I'm growing that way too in my raised garden.
So we'll chop that up to go on top of the soup.
Perfect. And Lori says sorry to hear about the ankle problem. Ronnie Lynne says
it's a bit of a pain. Pretty. This is my studio. Look.
I love it. It's perfect. It's perfection. I love it.
Under the house, we've got a few tins of paint. That's my studio. And what else? There's really not much else to show you. I bought a strawberry plant last week or the week before. Ooh. Oh, this is a handed down fig that I have to plant. It's just still in a pot, sitting in a pot. And this is street loot. See this pot here?
Yeah.
That was left on the side of the road, and we picked that up. It's got a strawberry plant in it. And that's basically it.
Lynn, when you were here, it was the end of December, and so you never got to see any of the trees in bloom in the back in my backyard,
Yeah.
my little farm that's kind of back there.
Well,
But the
that's what your trees looked like when we were there. Yeah.
yeah, that's what my trees look like when you were here. But my fig tree is ginormous. It's got to be 15 feet around underneath, and it's kind of like a little fairy hut, the way all the leaves go down. And I think I told you I'm going to put fairy lights in there and some hanging hammock chairs
Oh
because
yes.
it's, remember I told you that, but that's hard to imagine.
I remember
And
you
so,
telling me about the fairy lights. Yeah. Just gonna shut
yeah,
this door. It's noisy.
it's hard when I think about my fig tree, which is probably 25 feet tall, 15, 20 feet diameter. It's hard to picture it when you show me this little fig, you know?
Yeah, it's stick in the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, my soup is definitely boiling. I'm going to have to
Okay.
turn that down a bit. Oh, chugging away. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
We need to turn that down. We're creating a sauna in here.
But it's winter time for you, right?
Yes, but yesterday, get this, yesterday was 20. Now, who remembers how to convert 20 in Celsius God, look at that. Who remembers how to convert 20 in Celsius to Fahrenheit?
Is it maybe somewhere around 80 Fahrenheit? I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to
No.
Google it.
Okay, so what you do, if you don't have a converter in front of you, is you multiply by 9. So 20 multiplied by 9 is 180. Divide by 5. If you can't do that, divide by 10, then double it. So that comes down to 36. And then add 32. So 20 degrees Celsius is, God, look at the water, is 68. And that is the middle of winter.
I was very far off. Very far off.
But a very comfortable temperature, right, for winter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would say so. And you know, we've had a really comfortable summer in California so far. It's been in the 80s, the low 90s, which is really odd for us.
Right.
This, I mean, that's really odd for us. And this week we are going to get over 100 Fahrenheit, which is much more the norm. But this has been a really, really weird summer. We're not complaining because over 100 degrees Fahrenheit is miserable, but it's been really mellow. Oh, Michaela says, Annette, we need a tour of your garden. Well, maybe we'll do that. It's a little itty bitty, little
Yeah, we
itty
definitely
bitty.
need a tour of your garden, Annette. I don't know why this isn't working. This is going to slow us down somewhat if I can't get the blender working. Let me go and see if it's plugged in properly.
Michaela, I will show you all the backyard when the puppies have their birthday party this year, and I'm going to live stream it again. So it'll be out back, and so you'll at least get to see the backyard.
That's more promising, isn't it? Look at that. It glows.
What is going on? Oh, that's your blender?
That's my thick blender. Yeah.
It just wasn't plugged
Whoa.
in.
Oh, we know that's going to work. So now we just need to wait for the veggies to go tender. So, yeah, what are we up to, guys? What's everyone doing? Annette, you've got anything lined up? I think we need another live stream from you.
Well, I've just given quite a few, my darling. I'm going to do the Elizabeth Taylor Old Hollywood stream at the end of this month. I'm also, you know, I had bought that cookbook before you got here about the one that Meghan Markle helped.
That's right. Yes.
The Grenfell victims of the Grenfell Tower fire. She had helped them publish a book to help keep their community kitchen going. And so
Yep.
Netflix has just come out with a documentary on the Grenfell Tower fire. And I thought I would do a virtual kitchen out of that community cookbook
Yep.
um, pretty soon. And I'm thinking about old Sac. We'll just have to
Okay.
see. Yeah, I do. I see the podiatrist because I saw my foot problem. I see the
Yes.
podiatrist finally this Friday, and we'll see what he says about me going to San Francisco because that's a lot of walking. So, what
Yes.
about
Yeah.
you, Lynn? What do you have coming up?
Well, because I'm slowing down on my foot myself. Look at us, a pair
Yeah.
of lame ducks. Um, I'm concentrating more on editing old video.
Mhm.
You may have noticed I uploaded to this channel, the live stream events channel, into a playlist called Vintage Travel. The first video, which came back from the guy that converts tape to digital files, and that was
Oh,
in the Cotswolds in England. 3 small villages that we walked through.
I love the
Uh,
Cotswolds.
you know the Cotswolds?
I love the Cotswolds.
You love the
I don't
Cotswolds?
know
Yeah.
them. I know them from the movie The Holiday with Kate
Oh, right.
Winslet and Cameron Diaz, and so I
Okay.
love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I know that one. So, yes, look for that. It's only 5 minutes. I added a little bit of music to it because the sound was so terrible. I mean, I was narrating from, we had a walking guide. And in England, there's all these ancient ways, and you're allowed to walk through farmers' properties, through fields and over stiles and all that sort of thing. And I was narrating from this guide to the walk, and you can't hear a thing. So I've just covered the whole thing with music, and it's literally just a walk through the fields and the countryside and into 3 small churches. So have a look for
Lynn,
that one.
that's right up your alley. Because I remember on Hago, and I used to always like kind of poke fun at you on your tours or your streams when I would go on them because you love nothing better than walking right through somebody's yard. You remember that?
Well,
Every time.
that video about someone's backyard.
Yeah.
Did you see that just recently? We uploaded the daffodils. The
I
daffodils.
haven't seen it, but it does not surprise me.
That's where you first brought that up.
Yeah.
So I've just finished trimming down our Portugal trip from all those years
Ooh.
ago into I've brought it down from 45 minutes to about 15, 16 minutes. And the hilarious thing is that you can actually hear me talking in that one, and you wait till you hear it. I sound like Princess Kate. It's hilarious. I was looking at it back, and I was sending out a personal message to my grandparents right at the end of it, and the accent is. I was just like, did I actually talk like that? So 3 years in the UK, and that's what it did to me.
I was gonna say, did you just like pick it up? I lived in the South for a while, and I would talk. I mean, proper Southern. Uh, just 3 months in. You know what I mean? And people occasionally still tell me, "Are you from the South?" Because I guess occasionally I'll throw a twang on something.
Yeah. Well, I, I, I think it's less that you're picking something up and more about trying to make yourself understood, because a lot of people just did not understand our accent over there when we
Right.
first arrived. So we would have to adapt the way we spoke. And it started by, you would enunciate more clearly. You would deliberately, be deliberate about the way that you enunciate. And that turned into actually sounding English. So yeah, it was very strange watching this back. It's hilarious.
And I think sounding English. I mean, tell me if I'm correct, Sarah Painter. Uh, I think sounding English is difficult because I heard there's a ton of different dialects and accents in England, right?
Yes, there's
And
no such thing as just sounding English. You're right. There's
there's
absolutely
not just
there are.
one British sound.
Well, even in London, there's different accents. From
Yeah.
the east of London to the south of London to, central London. And then there's classes as well. You've got the upper class, you've got the working class. So
Working
these
class.
all have their own different accents and dialects. I mean, if you go to Liverpool or Manchester or Newcastle, they all have different accents as well. So it's very regional. And surprisingly, I don't think television and movies, pop culture, has impacted it terribly much yet. But I wonder if at some point we're going to start to see a melding of the English language. People moving around more, that sort of thing. I wonder if some of those accents are going to sort of get softened.
What I found really interesting is I don't know how many of you know when Lynn came to visit me, I wasn't actually the draw to California. her brother, her brother, who's now in Hawaii, her brother lived in California, not that well, a couple hours from me, hour and a half, couple hours, and so Brad drove Richard and Lynn from his house to my house. And then Brad stayed with us for dinner and spent the night, that first night. And Brad had lived in the States for what, Lynn, 20 years?
Uh, 30 years. He
And his
lived there right
accent,
from his early 20s.
his Aussie accent, still very strong, very
Did you think so?
undeniable.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think? I mean, to me, it was very clear. But
Yeah.
of course, you grew up with him in Australia. Did you feel that it had been watered down at all by living in the States?
Do you know, it's hard to say because do you remember what someone spoke like 30 years ago? Even a family member? I
I
can't say that I did. Do
Well,
you
I
know what
think
I mean?
people have certain dictation and certain ways of speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
But
it's hard for
but
me to remember that far back,
yeah, his accent was very strong. Um, Sarah Painter says, yeah, there's tons of accents here in the UK. Oh, Matthew says I have a package coming Wednesday. I hope there's a stick blender in it.
Oh, Matthew. Look,
Yeah.
here's my spring onion. It's
Oh,
taken a fair
yum.
while to get to that point. It's just been sitting out there forever. I kind of neglected it and just let it do its thing.
And Tariq says we're already seeing this with a new accent young people have, which is called multicultural English. That's
That's really interesting.
interesting.
That's really interesting, Tariq. Yeah, I kind of wondered when that was going to happen. Actually, my granddaughter, Alexis,
Yeah, Alexis.
watches a lot of YouTube, kids YouTube, and she's got a few words that have an American accent.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys know who Emily Blunt is?
Oh
She
yes.
played Mary Poppins, and she's married to John Krasinski from the
I don't know who
American
he
version.
is, but I remember her from The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, well, she also did Mary Poppins Returns. Was John Krasinski was in the American version of The Office. Really
Right.
funny guy, and he was also in The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. He played
Okay.
Cameron Diaz's assistant. But anyway, they have two little girls, and I think the oldest one is Hazel, and Emily Blunt was on the Graham Norton show, and she said Graham Norton, or maybe it was one of maybe it might have been Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, Tariq, the actress, and she said she was so proud because for the longest time, her daughter Hazel spoke everything with a British accent. Mummy, can I have some water? Right? And
Yeah.
she said that just a couple of days before her appearance, she was just devastated when her daughter said, "Yeah, can I have some water?"
Water.
Water. And she said, "Do you mean water? Water?" Or however they was said. And she goes, "No, just give me a glass of water." She said she was just devastated.
I'm going to move this pot over to where I'm going to blend. Now I'm going to not. I don't think I'm going to move the. Can you see where the blender is sitting over there? Can you see it? It's here.
Hold on.
Anyway, I won't be long, okay?
All
and
right.
further the camera is away from the noise, the better anyway. I just want to quickly blend it with the stick blender, and then I'll come back.
All right. I'm going to try to keep my sights on you. Going to try to keep my sights on you. Michaela says she saw that you must have saw that skit in YouTube, right, Michaela? It was really funny. And Lynne says she's praying that the various accents stay because they're so beautiful and bright. Well, variety is the spice of life, right, Ronnie? Oh, listen to that lovely stick blender. I'm going to get one of these days. I'm going to get one. But this has been quite a different virtual kitchen, hasn't it, you guys? We've really had a little bit of everything. We had a walk outside. We had a little gardening because Lynne picked a spring onion. We've talked about dialects and accents. We've had a bit of the, as Andrea and Evia would say, we've had a bit of the chitty chat, a bit of the chitty chat, right? Matthew says you're my fairy godfather. I hope it's a stick blender. I hope. No, really, I've been seeing these stick blenders in a lot of different. I really like the Facebook reels, especially the cooking ones, and I follow a lot of those people. And I've been seeing these stick blenders everywhere. Oh, Lynne, that looks good. And that didn't take long at all. That didn't take long at all. That was like that fast.
I could probably go further. I could probably make it and make sure it's really puree. There's still got a few chunks in it. But now I'm just going to add a little bit of coconut milk to it.
Yum.
So here we go. And this is a good one because it doesn't have, sometimes you get coconut milk in the can and it's a really thick layer of solid on the top. This one's nicely good. But, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Do we see a problem?
I don't know.
There's nowhere to open it. I need it. Can
oh, you're going to have to get a regular can opener.
Oh, I found one. This one works. Aha, that's much friendlier. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. So that was missing. But see, yes. I would have just turned it over and used my can opener. Yeah, Sarah says her gran was a stickler for using correct words. So if we said yeah, she would correct us with yes.
Okay, I'm using probably about a half a can, and it gives it that creamy. Let me see. I need to turn you around again so you can see. And I've got tea towels in the way here. Move that.
I bet that smell is lovely.
It smells pretty darn good.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how the color is lighter? You can see the see there's still a few chunks in there. I could have gone further with that. There's still a few chunks in there.
But I'll blend it more after, right?
Sorry?
You could still blend it more after you add the coconut milk, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just really sort of getting this done so that Richard can eat and you can go, because I know you've got things you need to do as well. But that's basically what you're going for, so that sort of texture. And I'm going to add on top some fried onion, crispy fried onion, a dob of yogurt. We might have a little bit of chopped chilli. I don't know if Richard wants to eat chopped chilli at this time of the morning for breakfast, but we'll see. And I was going to add some sliced spring onion and a little bit of chopped coriander as well. So why don't I get underway doing all of that? You chat a little bit more while I do that.
Lynne says she's never used coconut milk. I would have to try it. Well, Ronnie, you like to make homemade soups. You love to cook. Maybe you can try this recipe. We're always hoping that somebody is going to try one of our virtual kitchen
and post pictures.
and post pictures. And I don't think anybody's ever done it. Well, people might have tried the recipes, but they haven't let us know. We would love that.
Definitely, absolutely. So a little bit of spring onion. Just going to chop this up. A little bit of chopped coriander. Richard, are you ready to have some pumpkin soup?
Yes.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just don't move around too quickly. I don't want the dogs to go crazy. Anytime Richard moved when he was here, the dogs would go nuts. But he says, this is what he says. I didn't check the nanny cam. He said when Lynne and I abandoned him for the afternoon and went to Old Sac, that the dogs were perfectly fine with whatever he did. It was only when Lynne and I were here that they acted crazy. Is that still the story you're sticking to, Richard?
Yes.
Yes.
So what I'm showing you here, by the way, is coriander, not cilantro.
Cilantro, we call it here. Or cilantro, we call it here.
Yeah, I know. We don't know what you're talking about. It's coriander.
We had this discussion when I made the pho or the pho, and you didn't know what I was talking about when I said that either.
Pho. It's pho.
Pho.
Do you know why it's called pho?
No.
Do you remember?
Yeah, because it's French. It came from the French.
It comes from the pot of pho. Pot au feu.
And the French, who were too lazy to say the rest. Pho.
And what?
And I'm being facetious.
Oh, sorry.
And Tariq, well, everyone's saying hi, Richard. Good morning. And Tariq says he hates coconut, but love it mixed with spices, as you don't taste the coconut, but the texture is beautiful. And Tariq says coriander sounds better than cilantro. You're right. It's much more elegant.
All right, so we're going to have a little bit of, I didn't actually get any bread out, but I'll show you the bread that we would normally have with this, and I would normally heat it up a little bit. So Richard's just going to have a little taste because we're actually going to go to the pool for exercise and have breakfast when we come back. So this is just for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to take all this over here. And I'll show you the bread that we would normally have with this. But you can have any bread you like. But I really like these Turkish rolls.
Oh, yum.
And do you see the shape of them? Let me get one out.
Ew.
So this is enough for 2 people. So I normally just heat that up in the oven for about 5 minutes. And then slice it lengthways through the middle, butter it. And it's such a nice bread. So that's what we have. That's enough for the 2 of us.
And see, here we would use something like that, like to make a deli sandwich.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then toppings. Let's bring the camera over to where Richard is. And so what are you going to have on it? You're going to have yogurt? Can you see Richard? Can you see his soup?
Hi, Richard. Hi, Richard.
Hello. So there's the soup, all right?
It's really hard to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yum.
So he's put a little bit of coriander and spring onions on top. He's going in for the fried shallots and a dollop of yogurt on top. Can you see that?
Yep. Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, you've moved it out of shot.
Right.
I think it's in shot now.
Right.
So here we go, the big taste test. I'm going to push you up that way. Oh, there we go. Yep.
All right. Mm.
Is it a good one?
Very nice.
Is it reliable or is it different?
No, it's quite...
Same as always?
Has a nice sort of bite to it. You haven't put any chili in it, have you?
Well, the red curry paste has a little bit.
A little bit, but it's not much.
Hardly any. Yeah, red curry paste is pretty mild.
Very nice.
So we'll have that. We might have that later for dinner. All right. So there we go. That's your pumpkin soup.
Thank you so much. I've enjoyed it. It's been a wonderful virtual kitchen.
Are you going to make it?
I was as soon as my fairy godmother sends me my immersion blender.
Okay. So you don't have a regular blender?
I do.
You
Which
can
is
do it in the
I
regular
love
blender.
a gadget. Yeah, I've got my huge mixing stand, and then I also have the hand. Do you guys have the handheld blenders with the two beaters?
Well, that's the attachment that will go onto this, I think.
Yeah, and I have that too, but I want more. You know us Americans, we're greedy.
If you do use a regular blender, like the jug, the big jug, the glass one with the top, just be careful putting hot liquid in it. You got to keep your hand on top, otherwise it just explodes, and then you'll get a pumpkin soup.
Yeah, I don't have that
decor.
kind. Let me show you something. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
He finished it already. Look,
It's this. Can you
he's
see
already
this?
finished.
And then the
Look.
two beaters. Oh, and then the two beaters go in it, Lynn. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's a handheld mixer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't do that. That doesn't blend. That's.
Oh, that won't blend it. Okay. Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah.
Well, everyone is saying that that thank you for sharing the recipe. It looks great, and of course, more highs to Richard. You know, Richard's very popular on your stream.
Oh well, stay tuned for the Portugal, because Richard does a dive into the pool.
Oh, fantastic!
Right before I do my princess cake.
Okay, I can't wait. You know, and I've been binging some royal stuff all day, so I'm up for both of those things completely.
All right. Well, I just need to add some music to it and make it watchable, because it's 15 minutes of dodgy audio. It needs something to help it along a little bit.
Well, you're the queen of editing, so you can edit anything. So, well, we're gonna let you go and enjoy your morning at the pool.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And I wish I could see the chat. I have no idea why I can't. The only thing I can think of is I'm not logged in, but I think I should still be able to see it. Should I be logged into StreamYard to see the chat? I don't think I need to be.
We've never had that problem before, have we?
No.
You didn't have it with your guide Spotlight. Andre and Evie didn't have it.
No, I don't know.
But I've kept you up. I'm going
to take a screenshot of this so I can share it with you later.
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay, there we go. Screenshot. So I'll show you what I can see, because that's a pain as well. Anyway, thanks everybody. Hope you enjoyed pumpkin soup. If you do make it, tell us what you thought.
And let's give us your best Kate wave as we sign off.
Oh, this one.
No, I've been watching them. They do it this way, right, Sarah Pinker? Did they do it this way?
I thought it was this way. Okay.
I found it really odd.
That one. Is it that one?
Yeah. I felt like when I saw them doing this, what movie did I watch the other day with the...
Oh, it's because they're doing it all day and they don't want to sort of, end up with
right.
Repetitive strain injury in the wrist.
I was watching this movie about the Crown Princess of Norway, and she was like this, and I thought, well, you're not waving to them at all. You're telling them, yes, more adoration, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Lynne. I'll see you later. Do you want me to stay on after I end?
Yeah, all right. Okay, just for a minute.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you on a stream really soon. Watch the group, watch the calendar, make sure your notifications are on for our YouTube channel. And if anybody makes this soup, we want to see it. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sarah.